Well, why don't we start? Is that okay, Dr. Gomez?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is Lanny Lehman. I'm the president of the board, and I'm calling the meeting to order. We do have a quorum. Our board members that are present are Dr. Taylor Kingman, Max Parker, Amy Mizell Flint, Bill Dindal, and myself. And we asked for public comment that was due prior to 5:30. Dr. Gomez indicated that we didn't have anybody sign up for that. So that's item 2 on our agenda. So we'll move forward to item 3, which is to consider educator appraisal waiver due to COVID-19 pandemic. And I'll let Dr. Gomez take that.
Okay, I'm going to share with all of you my screen for the presentation. It has the 2 resolutions presented this evening. The first one being the educator appraisal waiver. If you'll just confirm that you can indeed see that. Make sure everyone's had an opportunity for it to appear on your screen.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm only seeing the title bar.
Yeah, that's all I see.
Yeah.
For some reason, it was interrupted. Let's try again. Still not?
Now we see your desktop.
Now I'm on your desktop, yep.
On the desktop. Promise. Let's try one last time.
There we go.
There we go.
Now you all can see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so just for some background information, appraisals of teachers, principals, and other campus administrators are conducted annually and according to an adopted appraisal calendar. The final appraisal steps are completed during the months of March, April, and May. The district is unable to meet the appraisal timeline as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, since educators are working in modified and remote settings. On March 24th, 2020, TEA provided guidance to districts on the waiver process for educator appraisals as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. For districts unable to meet the appraisal process requirements, waivers will be reviewed and approved pursuant to the Commissioner's General Waiver Authority under the Texas Education Code. Board approval is required for us to submit the waiver, and that's why we're bringing it to you this evening.
Okay, thanks, Ferris. So do we have a motion to approve?
Move we approve the administrator's submission of waiver for educator appraisals.
I'll second.
So we have a motion from Mr. Parker and a second from Ms. Mizell Flint. Do we have any board questions or comments? We have to voice vote. I don't think all the board was on when we were talking about that, but I'll just go in alphabetical order based on who's on the call. So Mr. Dindal, how say you?
Aye.
Ms. Mizell Flint?
Aye.
Dr. Kingman?
Aye.
Mr. Lehman says aye. Mr. Parker?
Aye.
So our vote is 5-0 in favor of us submitting a waiver for teacher appraisals, educator appraisals. That takes care of 3. We'll move to item 4, which is consider resolution regarding delegation of temporary purchasing authority to the superintendent. Dr. McFarland is going to help us with this one.
Dr. McFarland and Mr. Lehman, before we proceed, Mr. Hernandez is asking to join the meeting, so I'm going to admit him to the meeting at this time.
Okay, thanks.
Mr. Hernandez should be in the meeting. So Dr. McFarland, I'm going to move forward to your first slide.
Excellent. Dr. Detloff, Mr. Lehman, members of the board, this item is in reference to the purchasing resolution that was adopted by the board at last Monday's board meeting on March 23rd, 2020. Basically, the resolution granted authority for the superintendent to make purchases in excess of $25,000, but is set to expire as of today. As stated in the resolution, it would be revisited at the weekly virtual board meetings. Some updates and the new resolution. The effective pending adoption today, this resolution would be available until April 6th, which again is 1 week, which would be next Monday, April 6, 2020, and then it would be revisited again for consideration if that would be the board's will. And so just an update that was given also to you in your Friday facts that purchases since last Monday when this resolution that was adopted that gave the superintendent that purchasing authority, the purchases up to that point in time have been right in the range of about $12,000. There's not a slide for that, Farrah. They got that information in their Friday facts. The biggest single purchase out of that was about a $6,000 purchase that went for DocuSign agreement for ability for the district to utilize remote signatures by its employees. And any questions I can answer for you, I'd be happy to answer.
Any questions, anyone? Yeah, Dr. McFarland did provide that in our Friday facts. So looks like there were just 4, a couple to Verizon, and then Aerosoft, Tech Corp, and CDW. So.
Correct. Yes.
So anybody have any questions about those? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the resolution regarding delegation of temporary purchasing authority to the superintendent.
Move to approve the resolution regarding delegation of temporary purchasing authority to the superintendent.
Thanks. Do we have a second?
Second.
I'm sorry, who's second?
Max.
Bill?
Max.
So, okay. We have a motion by Mr. Dindal and a second by Mr. Parker to approve the resolution regarding the delegation of temporary purchasing authority to the superintendent through calendar date 4/6 of 2020. Any further board comment or questions? Hey, Art. Art, might unmute Art. He's still muted. There you go. Hey, Art.
Aye.
We're having a voice vote, so I'm just calling everybody's name in alphabetical order. So I'll start again. Mr. Dindal, how say you?
Aye.
Ms. Mizell Flint?
Aye.
Mr. Hernandez?
Aye.
Dr. Kingman?
Aye.
Mr. Lehman votes aye. Mr. Parker?
Aye.
Okay, so that would be 6-0 vote for the approval of the resolution regarding delegation of temporary purchasing authority. I don't think we have any other business.
So we will have a Zoom meeting next Monday as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to try to have one on the Mondays we're not scheduled to meet, and then I don't know that we've decided what we're going to do when we actually have one scheduled. We could probably meet on Zoom, or we could meet as we did before and just try to observe the number of folks that make sure we don't violate having more than 10 people in the room. So it's kind of up to, I guess it's up to Dr. Detloff, see what we want to do.
Thank you, Mr. Lehman. What we'll do is we will have conversations, and I'll communicate with the board, and we'll also see what the governor's proclamation or press conference will hold for us tomorrow at 2:00, and then we can make that decision on a weekly basis as well for the pre-agenda and the regular board meeting.
Sounds good to me. Everybody okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, we don't need a motion to adjourn. Hearing no objections, we'll stand adjourned. And thanks again, Dr. Gomez, for your help on this. And everyone else for tuning in. It's good to see everybody's smiling faces.
All right. Same
Okay.
here.
Thanks, Farrah.